Okay, my lovely nerds, I am so excited to finally be telling you guys this news. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee or a tea if you so need, and let's get chit-chatting. In case you have not been aware because you're not following me on Instagram, or maybe you're not checking out MoAn's community tab, because I did post this over on my main channel, but I am doing a talk with an incredible company called Pints of Knowledge in April. So on April 28th, you'll be able to catch me speaking in person at a pub. Now, I am so excited about this because if you guys know the origin story of MoAn Inc, I was working at a pub and I would talk to my customers all about the ancient world until one day, one of them, by the name of James, suggested to me that I film myself doing what I would do in front of the customers and put it online. Literally, MoAn Inc was born in a pub because I would talk to people at the pub. And so I'm really excited to bring it back to the pub environment, even though it's just a one-off talk. And the company Pints of Knowledge bring lots of experts to different pubs around London to talk about their given niche in a more general, calm, relaxed setting. So on April 28th, I will be doing a talk that is called What is an Odyssey and why do we keep revisiting it? It is going to be a very, very brief, because it's only 40 minutes long, a very brief discussion of what I go over in my book, The Odyssey Effect, How Homer's Epic Poem Shaped the World. So if you want more information about what's in that book, you should definitely consider coming down. Now, what I'm really excited to talk to you about is if you guys have known me for a while, and I mean like if you're one of the originals who like came onto MoAn Inc when I was filming in front of like one of these completely blank walls and I wasn't doing anything with my face. I had like zero emotion. And I was like, let me tell you about ancient Greece and Rome. I've come a very long way. If you're one of those people who have followed me for a very long time, you will know that giving back to the community has always been a really important part of everything that I do. I am always somebody who's trying to either raise money for charity via being online, using a platform to do that, or for the most part, doing it behind the scenes. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been volunteering at a homeless shelter for the last year and a half nearly-ish here in London, as well as doing some extra volunteering wherever I can. This is just the way that I grew up. I was always very much into giving back. And part of being online as well has been really trying to make education to the classics accessible. I am somebody who heard that word initially and completely aligned with it, and really do value the idea of making things, especially this topic, available for everyone to be educated in, which is why the content on MoAn Inc has, for the most part, been book summaries and telling you guys backgrounds to particular authors so that you can choose to make your own syllabus at home if you so wish. Now, this ties into Pints of Knowledge because when I was communicating with the company, I was really adamant about finding a venue that also had food. I am talking on April 28th, which is a Tuesday, and so therefore I knew that people would be coming straight from work to listen to me talk at 7:30 p.m, and I wanted to make sure the venue had food so that people could have that option. Now, because we then have food and drinks, and the company obviously have to hire out a room in these places, it ended up being a little bit more expensive on their end. And so to make up for that, the tickets are £20. Now, this is much more expensive than I initially would have wanted anything to be. And so therefore, I have come up with a way so that we can make sure at least some of these tickets are accessible to you guys, in case £20 on top of buying pizza and on top of buying a pint is too expensive for you. And I'm not saying this with the idea that just £20 is a lot. I'm saying it with a lot of understanding. Again, when I worked at the pub, I am not only aware of what a salary of like, £18,000 at most can make you and can get you, but also I was friends with like everybody who also made that amount. And let me tell you, if something is £20, I know from experience, you're not going to choose the £20 event. You're just going to go to the pub with your friends, buy a pint and sit with them and possibly watch a YouTube video. And so I really wanted to make sure that people felt welcome. I wanted to make sure that people who were dealing with that and who, are coming from a place of very much, humble earnings could still be able to come to my talk. And so therefore, I have teamed up with a number of historians who have bought tickets and have kindly donated them to you. Now, by this, I mean that the historians have agreed and have already bought a number of tickets for the event and forwarded them back to me. Now they're in my possession. I will basically be opening a an application is what we're going to call it, for people who do not have enough means to purchase the tickets to apply for them. I really didn't want this to be something like, comment under a video and you can win these, because I want to make sure that they're going to the right people. I want to make sure that if there's somebody who's working 3 or 4 jobs that literally cannot afford the extra £20 on top of the rest of the evening, that they know that they can sit down and fill out this little form, and it will come straight to me and to the team at Pints of Knowledge, and we'll be looking at who we are going to give these tickets to. Now, the way that we're doing this is who really wants to be there, because I want to be talking to people that really want to be there. And again, these tickets should be given to people that do not have the means. And so to avoid people just taking advantage of the competition who could pay for a ticket, there is an application process. I have linked that in the description below. And so therefore you can just click on that, fill out the form. It will take you a few minutes. I wanted to make it a little bit longer so that people who were just trying to abuse this system would basically be tired and be like, I'm not doing that. So it will take you a few minutes. There are a couple of longer answers that you have to give us, just so that we can make sure that everybody's getting a fair shot at them. Now, the really cool thing about this is that the historians who are taking part in this are some massive, huge classics names. Tom Holland has bought a handful of tickets for us to give away. We also have Garrett Ryan from the Told in Stone podcast and YouTube channel who's bought a few tickets, Daisy Dunn who's bought a few. And if you are one of the winners of these tickets, I will let you know exactly whose ticket you are getting. I really wanted this to be a more so collaborative experience. I wanted you guys to know who's bought the ticket, who's given you the opportunity to actually be at the event. So that way, if you want to go and thank them, you absolutely can. I am also donating £100, which is my speaker fee for the event, to a charity called Classics for All. This is an incredible charity that really focuses on getting classics and the study of ancient history back into state schools here in the UK. And they do really phenomenal work by actually sending academics into these state schools to go and do lectures, to go and do fun things, including people like Caroline Lawrence, Edith Hall, Natalie Haynes, you name them, and they have probably teamed up with Classics for All. So my speaker fee will be going to them, and we hope that we can get a packed room, at least with the majority of people being able to afford the talk, as well as some people who can apply for the talk. Now, I am unbelievably grateful to all of the historians that have agreed to take part in this. I am also unbelievably grateful to Pints of Knowledge for working with me on this and being very happy to donate the money of my speaker fee without it ever hitting my bank account. So this is for them to do, and they are really excited to be a part of this evening. And if you want to be a part of the evening, you can find all of the links in the description below so that you can come, say hi, listen to my little talk on the Odyssey, eat some pizza, drink some pints. I will definitely be ordering myself something just so that we can all be hanging out together. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you next time here on this channel for just more behind the scenes stuff on talks, lectures, real world things, author things, for all of you guys to sort of be aware of what goes on behind the scenes. Thank you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you next time with more videos here on the channel. See you then.